Hi, my name's Andy Fowler, and I'm a co-founder here at Nutshell. I'm going to share a little bit about why we founded this company and this product. My co-founders and I had been a part of several small businesses, and we'd worked through a tall stack of CRMs. We'd tried Sugar, Salesforce, Infusionsoft, Highrise, and we consistently ran into two big problems. First, these tools didn't materially help make the sale. Sure, our teams could log a call, but they didn't actually help us to automate the process from lead to close. Second, not only did they fail to help make the sale, but they actively got in the way. The CRMs we tried took the life out of our sales team. They reduced spending time on conversations to logging activities. So that's why we designed Nutshell. We set out to build a tool that actively helps businesses move a lead from first contact to thrilled customer. And let's take a look at how we do that. We'll start with how you organize and structure your contacts. Other tools use complicated structures of leads, which convert to opportunities, usually at arbitrary points in time. Each team member usually has a different definition, leaving you with inaccurate forecasts. Nutshell makes this really simple, and we were very deliberate in the words that we chose. You organize three things: people, companies, and leads. We're committed to that simplicity throughout the product. We even put it on a t-shirt. So in Nutshell, you'll track the people you communicate with, the companies they work for, and you'll bundle those all together into a lead, which represents the process from first contact to final sale. Okay, as we look closer at Nutshell, we're going to cover three topics. First, Nutshell makes it effortless to add what you know and do. Second, Nutshell helps you to automate your sales process. And third, Nutshell quickly surfaces useful information. And here are some of the ways that we make it really easy to get information into Nutshell. Let's say you met a contact at an event, and all you've got is their name and email address. Add them to Nutshell, and Nutshell Intelligence steps in, scouring the web for additional information, their LinkedIn account, their job title, location, even the weather and current time. As you hold an email conversation with a contact, Nutshell's email sync keeps all sides of the conversation organized into a single timeline. Your entire team can see the history of the conversation. And if you're using Google or Office 365, it's all automatic. When it comes to the phone, we've also worked to reduce data entry. With Click to Call, you can dial, take notes, and optionally record the call. All of those will join a contact's timeline with the rest of your conversations. And by the way, these conversation timelines are available on both our web and mobile platforms. So these tools make it really easy to add what you know to Nutshell. And when it comes to the details, we sweat those too. So when it comes time to add an address to a contact, here's how our competitors do it, and here's how Nutshell does it. With a single field, paste in an address, a phone number, or an email. Nutshell Intelligence decodes it and organizes it where it belongs. Every business has a sales process. It may or may not be written down, and it might be different for each member of your team. In the years that we've launched, we've learned from thousands of small businesses, and here's what we've discovered. Every sales process is broken down into well-designed stages, milestones in the journey. At each stage, you want to define a clear goal, something that once it's completed, the lead moves to the next stage. Without this, your teams will treat each lead differently. So we like to talk about verifiable evidence as ideal goals for a stage. Did a lead take a meeting? Did they share their budget or their timeline? Did they sign a proposal? Each of these are an ideal stage goal. It's either something that you learned about the lead, like their budget or the timeline, or an action that you took with the lead, like holding a meeting or scheduling a demo. And here's how that all looks in Nutshell. We'll start with our pipeline, where each stage is represented by a column. We can provide guidance to our team for leads in this stage. Maybe it's questions to ask the prospect or links to useful documentation. We can also set a confidence for leads in this stage for more accurate forecasting. Next, we'll set our goal. In this proposing stage, our goal is to get a demo scheduled. Once that's done, the lead moves to the next stage. And we'll create the series of tasks to make contact on the phone, each due every other business day. These automatically apply to every lead and show up on the Nutshell dashboard. Finally, Nutshell can automate other work in the sales process. Often you'll want to add a lead to a marketing automation campaign. Here, we can choose to put them in the right MailChimp campaign at the right sales stage. We can even remove them from our prospecting campaign and into a customer list once the lead is won. And for fans of Slack, you can configure notifications so that as leads move through your funnel, channels are notified. So we've talked about how Nutshell makes it effortless to add information and to automate your sales process. And here's the fun part, how Nutshell surfaces useful information. For starters, when you launch Nutshell reports, you're immediately presented with an out-of-the-box sales report. No wizards, no configuration, an instant view of your team's sales. With a click, you can visually segment by product, assignee, and more. Our design team has spent countless hours making this date picker incredibly quick and intuitive. We've designed several other one-click reports, including a losses report to understand why leads don't convert, a lead volume report to track the top of your funnel and how it's evolving over time with source segmentation. To learn more about the work your team is doing, our activity report tracks simple output, phone calls, and meetings logged. But far more important is the ability to track activity by outcome. Nutshell helps you to understand which of your activities turn into sales and which don't. You can discover this by team member and over time. Okay, earlier we talked about how important a sales process is and how Nutshell helps you to automate it. Our funnel report helps you measure it. At every stage of the sales process, we can understand how long it takes leads to move through that stage and how frequently leads are stalled or lost from that stage. And I'd like to show off one more part of Nutshell. We've covered a handful of one-click reports, but I'd like to show you how you can tailor your lists of leads to fit the way you work. When you open the lead view, you're presented with a visual board divided up by stage. This is a really simple drag and drop tool to track a handful of leads. You'll see that there are 4 different scenes available from the top of the page. If you work with larger volumes of leads, you'll probably work from a list. And if you're familiar with spreadsheets, you'll find yourself at home here. We drew a lot of inspiration from spreadsheets when we designed this list. You can reorder and filter from any column, and maybe most impressively, you can scroll through 10 leads or 10,000 leads without dealing with different pages. Nutshell's map scene takes all of your filtered leads and plots them on a map. It's a great tool if you're planning a trip and want to find customers or leads in a particular city. Use the map to zoom in on a region, and with a click, refilter to see a list of just those leads. And when you'd like to understand more about a particular cohort of leads, the chart scene is full of charts to help you describe those leads. Think of it as a handful of pivot tables to help you understand the products, source, competitors, and value of leads. All 4 of these scenes work together with a common set of powerful filters to help group and organize your company's people and leads. So this has been a whirlwind introduction into Nutshell, how we make it easy to enter what you know, to automate your sales process, and to surface useful information. We didn't even get into our mobile apps or our integrations with Google and Office 365, but there's a lot more to explore on our YouTube channel. Thanks for spending a few minutes to learn more about Nutshell.